Well, you guys, you have been seeing these in a lot of my videos, and a lot of you have been asking for this review. And I know I haven't been doing a lot of shoe reviews lately, but for the white Vans Halfcabs, I am going to do one. Alright, so first off, what you should know about these shoes, if you used to skate back in the 90s and rode these, is these are not the same Halfcabs as we used to ride back then. The old ones were handmade, and every one of them had a slightly different feel. They also used to fit a lot narrower than these ones. I find Vans has a wider feel than they used to back in the 90s. Also, the old Vans did not have removable insoles like these. It was sort of like a woven, stitched in insole, and that used to wear away at the balls of your feet and your heels, and so you'd have these big divots that would wear through, and your foot would be resting directly on the rubber, directly on the ground. And these things used to be the worst for heel bruises. Not only that, Vans Halfcabs didn't really break in so much as they broke your foot in. I used to get the worst blisters from new pairs of Halfcabs, and because every one of them was slightly different, there was no guarantee that you weren't going to get blisters from your next pair of Halfcabs. But that didn't stop me from owning about 5 pairs of them. Okay, so why would I even buy another pair of Halfcabs? Well, these aren't the exact same ones. Like I said, these are the new Vans Pro Halfcabs. There's a little more meat around this sort of Duracap thing they have. They also have those Ultra Cush insoles that actually do provide a decent amount of padding. Anyways, I'm not telling you why I bought them. I bought these specifically for the Mike Carroll 7.5 reissue review. I really didn't mind the way that these shoes felt on that board. It was definitely tough getting a flick going on with so much rubber there, but I did figure it out. I just had to have a lot less of my foot on the board for my flip tricks. I couldn't like have my whole foot on, you know, to do a nice like Jeremy Ray kickflip or something. Not that I can claim those. But the deck that I was currently riding at the time that I started wearing these was the Santa Cruz VX deck, and that wasn't working out for me at all, having these like big bulky toes and that sort of heavy deck. I was like mobbing all my switch flips and switch frontside flips, not even mobbing, they're just going straight into the ground. So I actually had no reason to wear these shoes other than filming that Mike Carroll video, but what started to happen is every other pair of shoes that I have worn has hurt my feet in some weird way, and these were the only ones that weren't hurting my foot in some way because they're just like these big, giant, comfy slippers. So I ended up skating these a lot and finally did break them in and wear the toe down enough. Okay, so what do I like about these shoes? Well, I love the vintage look. I also love the grip and board feel, although the board feel on the sides isn't that good. The board feel is mostly on the sole. The sides can be a little bit like trying to put a puzzle together in oven mitts sometimes. Definitely not the most refined flicks. However, that being said, I also love the pop in these shoes. The rubber right here grabs really nicely for heel flips, so I had tons of pop on my heel flip and kick flip tricks. Again, lots of rubber here to just grab and lift that board up with. So great pop on these shoes. Just not a lot of control. Now, another thing that I really liked about them is that they're super durable. Like for me at least, I mean, I almost always blow through shoes, and I skate new boards a lot, and I've skated these for probably like 6 weeks, 5 weeks. I don't know, that's a long time for me. Within 4 to 5 weeks, I blow through every shoe on the side, and I'm only just starting to get like a tiny little hole there. There's still lots of rubber here to grab my kickflips. So while they took forever to break in, that has meant that they've been really durable for me. And I haven't worn through the soles yet either. In fact, I actually have a good couple of weeks at least in these shoes of like good quality skating in them if I chose to. But I'm saving them for a little more 7.5 action. Okay, so what didn't I like about these shoes? Well, for one of them, it was the width and the floppiness. So they're definitely a bit wider than my foot, and I had to tie them all the way up and super tight to be able to skate them well. I really didn't like the break-in time. I just had to accept that I was like gonna have kind of lame switch flips and not be able to switch frontside flip until they wore in, and that was a solid 2 weeks. I didn't enjoy the lack of finesse. Again, putting a puzzle together with oven mitts. I can definitely get a lot more precision with a firmer cup sole. And I also didn't like the weight of these shoes, although I did get used to that, but at first they really did feel heavy. So I actually got so much footage in these shoes because these are one of the longest lasting pair of Vans that I've ever owned. And in fact, a pretty durable pair of shoes compared to other shoes altogether, at least for me. So because of that, you would have seen these in tons of other videos, tons of Instagram clips. Like I said, they've been all over. And while we're at it, let's just keep going. Here's some more footage. Skate footage really isn't the same without sound, is it? So yes, these have been one of the longest lasting Vans I've owned, but not only that, they have also been one of the most comfortable pairs of Vans I've owned. But the question is, would I skate these again? So they wouldn't be my first choice. I would definitely choose either a cup sole or a slimmer vulcanized shoe. However, if I was feeling half-cabby or I wanted that vintage look, I would absolutely skate another pair of Halfcabs. They lasted me so long, and I liked the way the footage looked, and I got a bunch of it, that yeah, I would skate another pair of Halfcabs. Just not all the time. Anyways, that's it, you guys. Maybe I should do a all the shoes I've had and haven't been liking video. Should I do something like that, you guys? Summarize everything I've had in the last 6 months that I haven't been reviewing, but that have been hurting my feet, that these weird frumpy moccasins have been the only solution for. Actually, these aren't frumpy moccasins. Once these get put on a foot and on a skateboard, I actually still like the way these look. Right now they look silly though. Anyways, why am I still talking? Why are you still watching? These are the big questions in life. I know why you're still watching. On this channel, we're just here to spread the stoke. So, go out and ride your skateboard, because that's what you're here for after all, isn't it? To get stoked and ride your skateboard. Go do that. Until the next video, you guys.